playwright, activist, author. The granddaughter of a freed slave and the youngest of 7 years of 4 children, Lorraine Vivian Hansberry was born on May 19, 1930 in Chicago, Illinois. Hansberry's mother was a school teacher and her father was a successful real estate broker. Despite their middle-class status, the Hansberrys were subject to segregation. In 1938, Hansberry's family moved to a white neighborhood and was violently attacked by neighbors. They refused to move until a court ordered them to do so, and the case made it to the Supreme Court as Hansberry versus Lee. Hansberry attended the University of Wisconsin in Madison. While at school, she changed her major from painting to writing, and after 2 years decided to drop out and move to New York City. Hansberry moved to New York in 1950 to begin her career as a writer. She wrote for Paul Robinson's Freedom, a progressive publication which put her in contact with other literary and political mentors such as W.E.B. Du Bois and Freedom editor Louis Burnham. During a protest against racial discrimination at New York University, she met Robert Nemiroff, a Jewish writer who shared her political views. They married on June 20, 1953 at the Hansberry's home in Chicago. In 1957, she joined the Daughters of Bilitis and contributed letters to their magazine, The Ladder, about feminism and homophobia. Her lesbian identity was exposed in the articles, but she wrote under her initials LH for the fear of discrimination. She then began a play she called The Crystal Stair from Langston Hughes' poem Mother to Son. She later retitled it A Raisin in the Sun from Hughes' poem Harlem, A Dream Deferred. In A Raisin in the Sun, the first play written by an African American to be produced on Broadway, she drew upon the lives of the working class black people who rented from her father and who went to school with her on Chicago's South Side. She also used members of her family as inspiration for her characters. In an interview, Hansberry laughingly said, "Manitha is me 8 years ago." In 1963, Hansberry became active in the civil rights movement. Along with other influential people including Harry Belafonte, Lena Horne, and James Baldwin, Hansberry met with the Attorney General Robert Kennedy to test his position on civil rights. In 1963, her second play, The Sign in Sidney Brewston's Window, opened on Broadway to an unenthusiastic reception. Hansberry and Nemiroff divorced in 1962, though they continued to work together. In 1964, Hansberry was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. She died on January 12, 1965. After her death as literary executive, he edited and published her 3 unfinished plays, Les Blancs, The Drinking Gourd, and What Use Are Flowers. He also collected Hansberry's unpublished writings, speeches, and journal entries and presented them in an autobiographical montage, To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. The title is taken from a speech given by Hansberry in May 1964 to winners of a United Negro Fund writing competition. Though it be a thrilling and marvelous thing to be merely young and gifted in such times, it is doubly so, doubly dynamic, and to be young, gifted, and black.